Lord, let me fail. Don't. Motivational speaker. It's a very serious thing, my brother. What am I gonna do with statistics? What am I doing with my life? Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Esther and this is Poetessa. I'm guilty of hangover. Okay, so I'm trying to actually not make any of my videos more than 5 minutes for now, and I have a feeling this one may be a bit, too long. So let's just go straight into it. See, I brought my serious looking chair to sit with me here. For me to sit on it there, because we're about to get into some very serious stuff. Before I go on, everything I'm doing for this video is just to serve as a means of encouragement. I'm not a professional in this thing. Neither am I a motivational speaker, but I just really wish I had heard a lot of these things, or somebody had told me ahead of time. So that saved me from some very hot tears and some very heartbreaking experiences. So that's why I'm doing this, simply for that. No form of attack or anything at anybody, or just no form of discouragement. Okay, so I realized that in order for us to understand everything that I'm going to be talking about in this video, I need to first of all talk about what I do outside of YouTube, because I didn't get to do that in the last video. So I'm a student. I'm a final year student of the Department of Statistics at the University of Ibadan. Yes, Mutfe Bombay remains small, and I do so many other things in between. I'm a content creator, I'm a spoken word artist, I'm a writer. I do so many other things. But then the long-term goal for my career is media and creative writing. So I run a couple of shows on radio Pidgin and in English on online radio platforms and offline radio platforms. What you're already thinking? Is she not just say she's studying statistics though? Like, what's she doing in media though? I know. And this is the thing. I've actually gotten the hang of people's expressions. It's always like, oh, I heard your program on the radio. Yes, you're that girl. You said you're a student. What department are you? Then I go statistics. They're like, I like seeing that look. It's always priceless. This gist is actually very, very long. So, in order for us to understand, let's back up a bit. Before I applied into the university, I was planning to go in for engineering. Not because I actually liked it all, but everybody was doing either engineering or medicine or nursing. And I don't want to carry last. So, I noticed that I cannot handle blood. So, what's the next big thing to do? Engineering. My mom always be like, but there's economics, so you say you like economics, and you can write. In fact, I think you should out class. But I was really adamant. Fast forward to SS3, I applied for JAM, I did YEC, I did everything. My GC in SS2, it was a sign from the Lord that I should not go ahead and do engineering. But actually, I did it with my head down. Let me just put that out there. Yes, my future children, if you're watching this, mama failed GC. She failed it woefully. So I went ahead and I applied for engineering in SS3 when I was going to put in for it. Thank God I passed all the exams. Let's move ahead. We're about to get admission. And then it dawns on me that if I stepped into the university for engineering, I would be sent out in my first year. I was so sure. Like, I knew nothing about what I was going to do. I was just following the crowd. So I started praying. Yes, my prayer was this: Lord, let me fail. Don't let them give me the admission for engineering. Let me miss the cutoff mark. Let them just push me into another place that you think I can handle. I got admission, statistics. I've been wondering, what am I going to do with statistics though? I remember my first year in the university, I did not read for any tests, exams, but tests. We have tests tomorrow, okay, I carry my bag. If I read for tests maybe once or twice, and then I went. I really have no idea. Okay, I do have an idea, it's grace. Why I was not sent out of the university my first year. I felt so out of place. Like, what am I even doing here? It's a very terrible feeling. When you go for seminars and they talk about finding your purpose, it's like, they'll come, motivational speaker. It's a very serious thing, my brother. You're going to sleep at night feeling like, what am I doing? I just moved through 100 level. Although it was in 100 level I started discovering public speaking. In 200 level, where it was talking about going into forex, eventually using statistics, financial analysis, data analysis, and I'm there just like, what am I gonna do with my life, Lord? This day I walk into my friend's room. Shout out to Precious Akinkolye. If you're watching this video, girl, I love you. I walk into her room and we're talking. Then I told her about how I really did like this media thing and I wanted to give it a shot. I felt like this is what I really wanted to do and, jam it up with writing. And she's like, there are radio stations in Ibadan. Just go and tell them that you want to do radio. These people, they're always very excited when they see somebody that's interested in their career. So this is where the story now begins. Yeah, and I'm trying to like hasten it up. I had a number of an OAP that I got through. Okay, I think I was an executive for something. We had a meeting with them or something. So I called the number that day. Okay, no, I sent the message that day stating that my name is Esther. I am a 200 level statistics. I still remember that message. I'm a 200 level statistics student. I'm looking to take a career in media, and I was hoping that I could come by the station and maybe volunteer and see how things work. I didn't get the reply, and I know the ethics of calling somebody. That it's not like the person owes you anything. You send a message. If the person does not reply, you call twice, and then afterwards you just. I called first time. I didn't get the reply. I think I called the second time. Yes, it was the second time. I think I called the second time another day. And then he picked the call. I think I was first blabbing for like the first few minutes. I was just talking rubbish. Then, and I said, do you want me to cut the call and send the message again? I think now I understand why he said what he said next. So he was like, who the hell are you and where are you calling from? I was like, oh, I'm the one that, I don't know how we moved past, him talking. Then I explained my plight to him again. And he's like, oh, the radio station is not taking volunteers, blah, 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 blah. So I decided to message some other OAP that I knew. Now, this is one thing I learned in the process. You cannot hope to just, fly. Like there's a gradual process. And I knew the steps I was supposed to actually take first was to build myself with some other, like have just a little bit of an idea of what I would meet there. Although in the real sense, I was thinking that how am I going to get the experience in the first place if I don't go to a real life station and see how it works? That didn't work. Those OAPs didn't work. So I think I got talking with somebody else, and then the person recommended that I go to another place, that place will most likely consider, like they take students, and because when I got there, I was supposed to have an interview of some sort. The person who told me to go there told me ahead of time that the person who would interview me will push me to the limits. I started my interview first. He was asking me stuff, everything. Before I knew anything, he was like, okay, so what department do you say you are? I'm like, statistics. He's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, sir, the thing is that I'm actually trying to take a career in. The man just said, don't you feel like your life is a bit disorganized? I was like, what? Things that I have been thinking. So hearing somebody say it out to me was like a deal breaker. I didn't have any breakthrough with all the people I've been trying to meet up with. I wanted to stand up, hit the table, and be like, excuse me, sir, you do not get to say that. It was in my head. But then I just kept my cool. Finished all the interview with me, and then he told me to go and come back like some days after. I went back some days after, told me to come back again. I remember I kept going, and at some point I didn't even have transport fare to go there again. I was broke. And I couldn't start calling home and say, allowance take off for me, motivation, kini, and I didn't have money again. And let me just say that I was going from November from 1 year to June of another year. I was frustrated, I kid you not. Like I had it like, is this still even going to give me any breakthrough at all? So I think sometime in June, I was observing, because I used to go and just observe stuff. So I was observing, and I just went through, and something just felt off. Like, oh, they don't have a pidgin program here. That simply means I can suggest it and see how it goes. I suggested, oh, I would like to do this and do this. I never forget the look on his face. It's like, you, pidgin. Of course, he had only ever heard me speak to him in English, and I don't know if he had an idea that there's a level of pidgin you'll be able to speak that will reflect in your manner of English. So maybe he just assumed, say, oh, go and record a demo, I want to see this, I want to see that. I went and did it. When I finally came, I remember he said, oh, this is what he wants me to do. Then he gave me like a list of stuff to do. And I knew that I most likely wouldn't be able to get that done in the short time he gave me. So when he saw the look on my face, he's like, can you do it or not? Hey, me. November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, 8 months. I'm not going to say no. I'll be here hustling for something. Now ask me if I can do it. But I can do it. Yes or yes, I can do it. When I leave this place, I'm going to figure out how to handle it. But now, I'm going to tell you, yes, I can do it. So he told me to go. And I'm not proud of what I did, but I hacked my way through it. God have mercy on me. The first time I was in front of a microphone. Oh my God. What's that English word now? Nostalgic. I think, yeah, that's what I was. And the funny thing was, I was supposed to be in a pidgin program. I was supposed to be comfortable. I was supposed to do a recording program. So the person in the recording room was like, oh yeah, go ahead and all. I spent so much time being recorded program, nobody is actually listening to me directly. I know that they are gonna edit it. I was still shaking. It just felt good, like the reward for all my hard work. It felt, in that moment, it was as if everything, every brokenness, everything I felt in between was just worth it, man. And I really don't want to start sounding all motivational-ish. I'm very sure that's not a word though. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I am no professional in this thing at all. As a matter of fact, 98 or 99% of all the radio programs I host and co-host right now are unpaid. Like, you just go and do your thing and get experience and come back. But like one of my media mentors like to say work hard at it, get your experience, and when you are collecting your money, you collect it with your chest. So basically, that's just a rundown. 3 things actually stood out for me that I would like to point out in this video. Number 1, do it now. What's come to worst, you're going to fail at it, but then you just will never know if you don't like give it a shot. The second thing, which is one thing that really pulled me through all the weird encounters and funny interviews, is something my mom likes to say: insult no dey gum for face. Yes, that's the second thing. When you go inside and you get insulted, you step out, you dust it, you dust your face. If you have white powder or brown powder in your bag, you pancake your face and you walk out. You are the only one who knows what has been said to you. Nobody outside knows what's going on, so don't worry. Ain't nobody saying your life is disorganized on your forehead. The third thing I would say is breathe. I hope I pronounce the TH well. If I could write a letter to my 2 years ago self or my 3 years ago self, this is what I would say. Young lady, so you know how you are running out skater and doubting yourself and thinking as if you do not get this thing now, you never fix your life. I like to tell you that you've still not had it all figured out. You know all those times when you were losing weight and collarbone was going inside because you say you are hustling, you are chasing the hustle in the wrong direction though. Sometimes it's the right direction but the wrong method. I like to let you know you are still chasing it now. If I could tell myself that, I would like to tell her to calm down, breathe. Do what you need to do to put your career on track and get the money, but breathe. And with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not confuse you. Thank you for watching my video. If you watched it this far, I know this video is pretty long. Subscribe to my channel if you've not subscribed yet. Give me a thumbs up, click on the like icon. Drop a comment below. Let me know how, yes, if you're a student and maybe you've tried to apply for some things or any other experience you've had in between with career and school and all that, let me know about it. I really want to keep learning and keep growing. That's the whole point of this video. I'll see you guys in my next video.